I'm not done what I want to say. If finding that out, that you have been miseducated, that all this suffering that you have been suffering to raise money, to create time, to partake in the educational system in the western part of the world, to make sure you go through the system, to make sure your children go through the system, to make sure you are educated, not knowing that you were paying, you were suffering, you were going through a whole lot to be miseducated. If finding this out doesn't make you sad, if it doesn't make you feel some kind of way, I actually don't know what will. Because me, I felt really hot, and at the same time liberated. The liberation I felt did not come from myself. I don't feel that liberation came from me. It feels like, okay, let's say a little bit of me, a little bit of my mother, a little bit of the women that have come before me, a little bit of the people that have come before me, because it felt like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. People are still killing themselves right now to go through the system. People are bringing forth more humans with the plan of putting them through this particular system. People are already imagining how their children, how well they will do their own, because it felt like, okay, maybe they did not get the proper education that they needed. So they are working so hard to put themselves in a state where they give their own children, their future children, a proper education, which is a proper miseducation. Because you're practically paying for them to program you. That is what you're doing. You're paying them to tell you who you are. You're paying them to tell you who you're supposed to be. They are inserting, they are installing whatever they want. Whatever the fuck they want. And I say, I don't want to give birth. I say, I don't want to partake in some of these things, and people will look at me like, oh, this one is weird, this one is lost, this one is a lost soul, this one is confused in life, this one is irresponsible, this one is selfish, this one is... People look at me in so many ways. Like, I can tell you that if I have told 100 people that I don't want to give birth, that I don't want to get married, that I don't want to partake in any of these things, I will tell you for a fact that 95% of them, 5% of them looked at me weird. In fact, some of them went to a point where they even said it. My family members think that I'm weird. My family members think that there is something actually wrong with me. Like, I'm not even saying. Like, they think they can see, and they have been waiting for me to just come and tell them, yes, there's something wrong with me. They feel like my choices in life, my decisions, I don't know how to explain. External family, my immediate family, like my family members, my siblings, my parents, my mother. See, my mother, she thinks something is wrong. Sometimes she'll be like, are you sure you're not ill? Are you sure you're not sick? That is where our mind will always go to you. Like, are you sure you're okay? Tell me, my child, are you sure? What's the problem? Because I have refused to marry, because I've refused to bring children into this world. And you wonder why. This is why. See, a lot of experience, out of my own personal experience, I went through a lot. To pay school fees, to buy books, to pay for rent, I went through a lot. And that was not the only a lot. paying and the money aspect. My time and my attention, all my freaking time and my attention, because I will not lie to you. For my family, for my primary level to my secondary level, I was really a good student. Yes, like I was, let's say top 5 or top 10, but top 5, but let's just say top 10. Maths 99, if not, I think 98. Let's say least 97 over 100. English around 70 something to 80. I was good with English. I consider myself to be good compared to other people in my class. I think the only subject I had problem with was biology. But I still passed biology with a C. The least, the only time I've gotten D, which is D, is during when I was being taught French and languages. CRK, that's Christian religion. Is it Christian religion? No, it's Christian. A, agriculture. A, see, my universal level, like my university level, which is the tertiary level, I was good, but then that was the point where I was rebelling, and that was the point at that point I already got tired. Do you get? I wasn't really seeing the need, because I was not struggling with a lot just to keep myself in school. So I was a little bit distracted, and I was not being my A or top student. So I was in between, but I never failed, even when I was not paying attention. I suffered. My parents, look at them, how I was looking at them, how they were suffering. And this particular system failed my father. But he did not pay attention enough to realize that this system does not work. And education was not the only word I looked for the etymology. I did God, but I already know that the concept of God is fake. The one that they sold to us that's not the real concept. So I did God, I did the etymology of God, and I found out the true meaning, which is the original meaning. I did for cosmic, I did for spirits, which I just found out that spirit is actually breath. That is what it is. It is breath. So the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're alive means you're a spirit. But they tell you that spirit is a god. And a lot of people fear spirit. A lot of people are afraid of spirit, not knowing that every single thing that you see is a spirit, because it has breath, because it breathes, because it is alive. But see, they have you fearing spirits. They have you praying against spirits, praying against yourself. I did the etymology of food. I did the etymology of sleep. I did the etymology of I already know that religion, also what they sold to us. I already know that according to the man Babash. I did the etymology of alchemy. Okay, he said alchemy, so yeah, I did that one too. I did for manifest. And to find out the manifest, which I have talked about before, because I knew that manifesting is exactly what we're already doing. The art of us bringing things from the invisible to the visible, which is something that we can, like our intention coming forth into reality, and it's becoming tangible. That's the definition. That is the original definition of manifest. Like, that's the original definition. I did for work. I did for a lot, but you see, this educational part, it made me cry. Just by realizing that something was installed. Charlie, I'm speechless. I think the only solution is just to find out how to uninstall these things, which is what he was saying. That's what he was saying. The etymology of words, understanding it is going to uninstall some of what was installed.